Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Gobbler Effect. I'm Chris Pierce, joined alongside by Coach Mullen. Coach, how are you today?
Dude, ready for a nice little road trip.
Yeah, big road trip, first road trip of the season, actually, this weekend. Looking forward to it. Before we get into this weekend, though, let's go over the basics. People don't really know that much about you other than you're obviously the coach of the Hokies. This is your 12th season at the helm, correct?
Yeah, this is number 12, I think.
Well, and putting up a heavy resume, getting 174 career wins, only 18 away from tying the all-time ACC HL record. I gotta ask you, Joey. Do you think you have a shot this season to break the record? You got it. You got the games.
We have a legitimate chance at it. Good young team. We got a pretty favorable schedule. A lot of home games this year. Only like three real trips, and they're all in the first semester. I think we'll get close. I don't know if we'll get, but hopefully we do.
Yeah. And speaking of this season, I know we're a couple games in, but what was your guys' goal heading into this season? What did you guys want to accomplish?
With the same goals every year is we want to be a really good road team. We don't like to lose at home. We kind of dropped one early this year. Kind of team. Our goal is definitely to win our division offs, and I think the big is make a real good push to get into region.
The regionals. It'll be fun if you do, but I gotta ask also, what makes this team this year different from ones in the past? What excites you, and what should the fans be excited for this season with this team?
I think this year we're a lot deeper in D. We had a freshman D class come in this year with a lot of guys for playing time as freshmen. They're playing freshman defensemen every night. I think forward a handful of really forward to go with a pretty good class here and a real good junior class still. We're probably deeper than we've been in a while.
That's good to hear. And speaking of the rookies who've made an impact so far on this team for sure, what's impressing you the most about this class compared to years before?
3 games, they haven't shied away from time hockey. It's a step up. Played AAA last year. It's a little faster. So the really stepped in right away. We got one playing on our third line, and it bounces up and down between the lines. You can kind of put him in. You got a couple freshmen D on power. It's nice to see kids coming in here again. Big time hockey can step in right away.
For sure. It's great to see from the booth as well, seeing this team a completely like revitalized team as well, energy wise. They're a lot faster, and I just love to see it. And so before we get into talk about this week against UNC Wilmington, let's talk about last week against the High Point Panthers, a 7-4 victory, a vengeful victory, one would say. As last year you guys lost them on senior night, but this last week you guys got that advantage and pull away with the win. What impressed you the most about this team last week?
I would say definitely like the ability to bounce back. Like the week before, we all knew we didn't play well. We didn't really harp on it. We knew we just went to work last week. Um, I, on the rising seniors, laid an egg last year on senior team, so I think that was still there from last year. This team is kind of learning play when they have a chance instead of letting them hang around and cost you a game. So a work in progress the next few weeks, but
Yeah. Well, I gotta also talk about the positive here. What do you hope to see more of this team? Do you hope to see the same energy? Do you hope to see more guys step up? The same guys continue what they've been doing? What do you want to see more of?
I think the last few years we've really been top. So it's been really nice to see pretty consistently every game. So it's going to take some of the top end guys and free them up to just play. I just want to see us keep getting more pressure on teams when we have a chance and don't let them get back into a game. And I think we just discipline biggest thing for us. If we stay out of the box against teams, aren't a lot of teams aren't going to be able to skate with us deep for a whole game.
Good answer. And while we talk about the positives, we also got to talk about things that your team has to work on. And what are some of those main points of issue that you saw last week that you hope will improve this week and beyond?
Special teams has been a killer for us. Power good getting in the zone and setting up, but we capitalized on a lot of chances that I thought was just a lot of easy plays, kind of. But I mean, that happens when bad streak where you're over for a little while. You try to grip the stick a little tighter, and it just hitting like quicksand the whole time. And then our struggle a little bit. We got a lot of new guys playing it, a lot of young. So we've really worked on that the last couple weeks, positioning and rotations and communication. We get that down. I thought we were better before. Then that shares itself up over the year.
Yeah. And so now you come into this week 2-1, off the heels of the win against High Point, coming into your first road trip of the season, and it's a 10 p.m. start time tomorrow after a 5-hour bus drive. I gotta ask, how are you prepared to prevent any tired legs or anything from that trip? Do you think the guys will be ready and handle that task?
The intimidating place to play. That thing full of people. It's 10 o'clock, an odd start time, so you're kind of out of your. The guys will get down probably 5 or 6 hours before the game. A chance to rest up. We'll get a good key to any road trip is the first period is just short shifts, get your leg, and then just kind of you're gonna have to weather a storm. So early on in the game, if we can weather goal and kind of take their crowd out of it, I think it'll a lot of their energy.
And you guys are playing this high octane UNC offense who's almost averaging 7 goals a game. How do you guys plan on stopping that attack?
Just think you got to be solid defensively, and it's done in a 5-man unit. It can't just rely on the take care of odd man breaks. So stay within the structure of our game, run our forecheck. There's not a lot of teams that fast enough to keep up with everybody, so we can kind of alleviate some of the high octanes by making them play defense.
And I don't want to put any bad juju on you guys in this matchup, but you guys have won the past 6 matchups in the past 5 years. How do you plan on keeping that streak rolling? I mean, like I said, I don't want to put any bad juju on you by jinx, but
I'll tell you what, I've looked back on a lot of games. They've been a lot of tight games. I know last like overtime win. The last there, probably 4 years ago, tight 2 games. They've done a good job rebuilding. They're getting some really good high players in there. It's kind of easy to reach, so I can only imagine better. We're seeing all the parity, especially in the just so many kids playing high level hockey. Not enough spots for these kids that want to go in. So you're getting big time talent come to the, and it's just making for a more to watch and a better product on the ice.
and you guys also be in ACC play this weekend with the Seahawks, who are in your guys' division. Where do you see yourselves in the ACC division picture this year?
Division's going to be tough this year. Good. UNC's always got a good, solid team. Wilmington's up and coming and pretty good hockey right now. I think it's going to be a dogfight for the #1 seed in this division this year. So winning games are going to be crucial.
Well, thank you, Coach Mullen. That's all I got for today. Good luck this weekend, guys playing the UNC Seahawks. game time tomorrow, 10 o'clock, on Saturday at 4 o'clock. Guys got a busy road trip ahead of you. I wish you guys good luck.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. That'll do it for the first episode of the Gobbler Effect. I'm Chris Pierce. That's head coach Joey Mullen. We'll see you next week.